Welcome to Model Lessons in Mathematics, Elementary Science and Technology, Social Studies, Creative Arts, Physical Education for lower primary grades, produced by Rwanda Education Board in collaboration with the World Bank.
Hi children, hope you are fine. As usual, I'm called Teacher Edward, going to teach P1, Social Studies. But before we start our lesson, let us make a flashback of what we saw some time back in our previous lesson. Who can tell us what we saw some time back? Good. We saw things people use to keep homes clean. Who can list down some of these examples? Think? Good. We saw water. Good. What else can mention another example of what we saw that help to keep homes clean? Bloom. Good. That's, I think, we saw even other examples, but let us embark on our lesson today. But again, before we start our lesson, I have two things here. I have a kilogram of sugar and I have a brick. Each of them weighs a kilogram. This is a kilogram, this is also a kilogram. Now my question is, which of the two is heavier? Which of the two is heavier? This is a kilogram, this is also a kilogram. A brick, this is sugar. Who can tell us which is heavier of the two? Think. Think. Good. These two are equal because each of them weighs a kilogram. Good. You are good children. I have another question. I have a basket here, which in Rwanda we call agaseche. I have also a plant here. So I have two items. I have a basket and I have a plant. Of these two, which of them is found in a natural environment? Which of the two is found in a natural environment? Think, there are two items. I have a plant. I hope everybody is seeing a plant. Then I have also agaseche, or a basket. Which of the two is found in a natural environment? Good children, I hope you are watching. Good. The natural environment is a plant. Good. And our plant looks like this. Why do we say it is found in a natural environment? Why do we say it is found in a natural environment? Who can tell us the reason? Who can tell us the reason, good pupils? And I can see you are watching. Good. Things found in a natural environment are things we term as God created things or God made things. So a plant is not made by people, but instead was at one time created by God. As when you go to the Bible, the first book in the Bible called Genesis. So when you go to Genesis, you find how things came into the world, how things existed under the power of God. That's why we say that this plant is found in a natural environment, whereas a basket is man-made. It's made by people, it's made by man. That's why we cannot say that it is found in a natural environment. Instead, it is found in another type of environment. Good children, who can tell us where this one is found, under which type of environment? This basket, which is in front of the teacher. In front of the teacher, who can tell us which type of environment in which one can find this type of object. Good children, I can see you are very attentively and listening very carefully to the teacher. Good. This basket is found in the artificial environment. When we say artificial, what do we mean? What do we mean when we say artificial? Good children, think. Good. When we say artificial, these are things that have been made by people or by man, because man is part of the environment. Therefore, whatever man does, whatever man makes, is found in the artificial environment. Good children, I'm very happy with you. At least you are able to think. And whenever you think, it helps you even to answer what we are going to look at. And it helps you to value the environment. It helps you to value the environment as you do this kind of sharing and brings togetherness among you. So, good children, up, breathe in, out, in, out. Stretch your hands, up, stretch your hands, up, open your fingers, up, slowly, 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 good. So our lesson today is going to be about infectious diseases. We are going to look at what we call infectious diseases, which at times some people call contagious diseases. Now, before we go further, who can tell us what do you understand by infectious diseases? What do you understand by infectious diseases? If someone comes and asks you, or he finds on the way from school or even somewhere, and he or she asks you, how do you explain? How do you explain what infectious diseases are? Good children, I see everybody at least thinking. That's good. And our lesson calls us to think, to pay attention, to value where we are, to respect one another. Good. Good. Someone has told us that infectious diseases are diseases which spread from one person to another easily. That word is very important as we explain, easily. Let me repeat, good children. Infectious diseases are diseases which spread from one person to another easily. Good. Infectious diseases are diseases which spread from one person to another. Good. Infectious diseases are diseases which spread from one person to another. Let me add on to stress. Let me add something, good children, easily. 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 So they can spread very easily from one person to another in short periods of time. It doesn't take long. If someone has it, automatically, few seconds, one has a disease and you are near that person, automatically it will get you. That's why we call them infectious. They spread very easily from person to another or from a place to another place easily. That's why you have to be careful with such diseases. Our second stage is to list down examples of these infectious diseases. Examples of infectious diseases. Examples of infectious diseases. Examples of infectious diseases. Examples of infectious diseases. Good children, I hope you are following. Examples, we are going to list down examples of infectious diseases. But show there. One, you can mention one example of infectious disease. I can see you. Good, you are paying attention. Can see you are paying attention. The first one is flu. Good. The first one is flu. This word is very easy, good children. It has 3 letters. It has 3 letters. Flu, F-L-U. It's very easy even to get. It's very easy in terms of how it can be spelled, how it can be written. It's very easy. 3-letter word. F-L-U, flu. Flu, good children, spreads very easily. If one came to school with it, or if someone met you on the way and has that disease automatically, it's not very easy for you to escape. You have to catch that disease. That's why we call it infectious or contagious, because one can get it easily. One can get it easily. And therefore, I have something here of a certain woman who is suffering from flu. You can see how this woman looks like. How she looks like. She's trying to, at least to help herself because of this problem of flu. She has an handkerchief trying, I think, to clean her nose. That's why she looks like this. So, good children, hope everybody's watching to see how it looks like. This is an example of a certain lady or a woman having flu. And therefore, if you come across a person like this one, be careful. Keep a distance. Keep a distance. When you keep a distance, at least you are able, possibly, to survive from catching up this disease. Good children, let us continue looking at other examples. Think of other examples, good children. Think of other examples other than flu. Good. The second one is mumps. The second one is mumps. Mumps. Good children, this one also is an infectious disease called mumps. It's infectious in a way that one can get it easily if you are not serious. That's why you have to keep a distance. You have to keep a distance if there's someone having mumps. It spreads very easily. It spreads very easily. And the good children, I have an example here of a certain lady suffering from mumps. You can see that part of his neck are swelling. Okay, there's swelling, or there are some swellings on the neck of this lady. showing that she has a problem of mumps. Therefore, if there is a child or a person around you suffering from this disease, please be careful. Keep a distance so that it does not get you, because we have said that infectious diseases are diseases which spread very easily. So good children, I can see you are at least paying attention. You are seeing, you are watching what the teacher is doing. Thank you for listening. Good children, good teacher. Other examples of people suffering from infectious diseases. Other examples, think, good children. Good. I've liked this child as mentioned of something called the cholera. And I'm going to give a gift of a biscuit made in Rwanda. This biscuit is very nice. It's a product made in Rwanda. It's a product made in Rwanda, and you can see it is a biscuit made in Rwanda. Very sweet, very sweet, very sweet. When you eat a biscuit made in Rwanda, you cannot think of eating a biscuit from any other country. And our government is encouraging us to eat things or to use things locally made. So this child will pick a biscuit after my lesson. Thank you very much, good children. Breathe in, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Good. Jump, jump. I like a 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 dance, dance. I like a dance, dance. I like a dance, dance. I like a good. Good. You are good children. We are going to look at other examples of infectious diseases. Think of other examples of infectious diseases. Good. Someone has mentioned of cholera. Someone has mentioned of another example called the cholera. Cholera is also another infectious disease. This disease is very dangerous. It spreads also very easily. More so in places where there is no good hygiene. If there is dirt in a certain place, then one can catch that disease very easily. It's very dangerous. That's why we look at it as infectious, because it can spread from one area to another. It can spread from one person to another. Therefore, I have an example here of someone suffering from cholera. So this person has a problem of cholera, or suffered from cholera. And you can see that medical personnel or medical people are trying to pay attention to this person. This person is already a patient. As you watch, is the one in the middle. You can see one is trying to comfort, another is a medical personnel. And they are trying at least to give some medicine to see that this person at least gets cured out of this infectious disease. So you can see it's not an easy disease, because this one is even on a drip. They have put a drip because when you look at it, it means this person or this patient is bad off, is not happy. That's why the medical people are trying to give medicine, they are trying to give assistance of whatever cost, so that at least the life of this patient comes back to normal. Good. Let us look at other examples, good children, of diseases which are called infectious. Good children, think. Someone has told us of the word measles. Good. Someone has mentioned of something called the measles. And look how the teacher writes, because it helps you to master the spellings of these words. Our fourth answer is measles. Measles. I have something here, a photo, a picture showing someone suffering from measles. Good children, I hope you are watching. You can see this back of this person has swellings. This is a sign to show that this person is suffering from this infectious disease called the measles. This disease is bad in a way that it spoils or it makes the skin look bad. It looks bad. Actually, if you look at this thing or the way this photo looks like, and you are a person who fears too much, you may not even wish to be near such a person. Therefore, good children, always, whenever you are, if you find out someone or a child or a friend of yours having these swellings or the skin looks like this, please keep a distance. Keep a distance so that it does not catch you. And when automatically, of course, if someone gets this infectious disease, you know what happens. As this person or this child goes to the hospital, the parents or guardians or other people will end up using money to get or to access medicine. That's why you have to be careful of these infectious diseases. Good. That child well answered very well. I came with also a chocolate. It is here, made in Rwanda. You can see it has even the colors of our country. It is made in Rwanda. It's very also sweet. When you eat it, you cannot think of eating a chocolate from another country. And this is what the government is calling us for, to eat local-made materials. Good. For good children, I've liked you so much. The last one, as far as infectious diseases, please, is one remaining. Mention this. Who can mention this? Someone has told us of something like tuberculosis. Tuber, you first write the word tuberculosis. To help you pronounce it, tuberculosis. At times, some people write it in short as this, TB. Tuberculosis. This disease is also very dangerous. This disease is very dangerous. One can get it when he or she shares with other people. So it is very dangerous. When someone catches this disease, it affects the lungs. As I'm going to show you on my picture here of a certain old man who is suffering from tuberculosis. It is a very dangerous disease. It affects the lungs. And such people get a complication in terms of breathing because it affects the lungs. Therefore, this disease is dangerous. It's infectious. So if you have someone who is suffering from, or you have seen someone suffering from this disease, please keep a distance so that it does not catch you because it is infectious. So good children, as our culture, you know, when we write words, we read through. Let us first read through. Our first question is, what are infectious diseases? Infectious diseases are diseases which spread from one person to another easily. This word easily, it spreads very easily. Examples of infectious diseases. Flu is number one. Good. 2, Mumps, good. 3, cholera, good. 4, measles, good. And the last one is called the tuberculosis, or in short, called the TB. And you know, when we learn, we do a piece of work. I hope everybody has a pen to do this piece of exercise. SST, exercise. Exercise. Our first question is, what are infectious diseases? This is number 1. Number 2 is to mention 5 infectious diseases. So you put even some lines here to make the worker neat. And when the worker is neat and the teacher is marking, at least he is able to mark your work easily. The last one is our homework. The last one is our homework. And you know it, when we learn, at least we take homework. So our piece of homework has 2 numbers, good children. The first question is, what are infectious diseases? Is number 1. Then number 2, you mention 4 infectious diseases. You mention 4 infectious diseases. Now, you make sure the work is done well. And then the books are brought the next day for the teacher to do the marking. And you make sure this work is signed after having done it well by either your parent or your guardian. I want to thank you so much for paying attention to the teacher. You have been good children. Nice day.